There we go. Sorry. There's like about to be a mad echo. All right. All right. So meta knowledge, only Shio knows this. The rest of you guys just have the fun and understanding of, oh, this is possible. Shio, as you stand out there and you see Iz doing all the configurations and willy-nilly unique tricks and discoveries that he's come across so far, you realize something. Something that explains all of the witnesses in which you are purview. And with that, it's also explaining the giant worm scenario when it originally happened. When in wild space, the density of the weave is different. The signature levels are stronger, more potent. So they act differently. The unique species or creatures that could not physically exist out here was forced to. What is created was by forcing a creature that could not physically exist to mutate to exist. Now creating a species that will exist within such fields. You would never find a squirrel, you'll never find a vole, but you will find a space hamster. You will find a stone.
Oh, that's why the Threxians out here are stronger. I could make here what can't be made down there.
Exactly. Phyrexians also didn't exist out here, but when they were introduced, they were better.
Yeah, that's scary.
But that's also how you lost control. You realize now that the lack of understanding this then, in your younger naivety of trying to win a war instead of win a war and also have safety guards, you created a weapon that can consume on its own to become stronger on its own in a place where there's infinite space to grow on its own.
Hey,
Again,
I
the
just
goldfish
became a
analogy.
better scientist.
That's about time, Shio.
I understand something the other me's didn't get a chance to, but now I'm better for it.
What's that?
I didn't calculate these effects on the Threxians when I made them.
You didn't throw stuff out in an airlock to see what would happen?
They weren't even done when I released them. But no, the Forge is knocking at our gates.
Huh.
I didn't have time to make it so that I could understand this area too.
Yeah,
And
no R&D.
I didn't have time for R&D. No, I just made whatever was the most destructive, unkillable thing I could at the time.
You know, that's why I started with hamsters. I mean, look what they turned into. Imagine if I started with something dangerous like, I don't know, a mage hunter. Oh, I used to get a mage hunter. I start trying to swim back to the ship.
No! Crabs is no mage hunters in space.
But I improved them. They're better. And this will make them even betterer.
Yeah, but that's how I lost control of the Phyrexians.
Be really nice to them?
History check at advantage. Something, as you hear this conversation, something just sits in your brain like an echoing reminder. Okay, easy enough, Gaston. It's very clear where the airlock would be. Do you try to join them out there, or are you just trying to find it?
Oh, I'm opening the airlock, but I'm not actually. I'm not gonna actually go out there yet until I see whether or not they're alive.
Got it. Got it.
Dude, can I roll to see if I catch them looking out so I can pretend to be dead?
Sure.
Celestial squirrel in space like roadkill.
Yeah. Oh, what would I need? Perception?
A perception check. Yeah, let's just get a perception. Beautiful. You see Gaston about to look. You see Shio rushing to Iz to try to go stop him, and then you see Iz go limp. Gaston, as you look, Iz is almost floating to you in a limp state. Shield's rushing in a kind of gasparated awe. Wep is thinking like Winnie the Pooh. Think away from the airlock. And Seg, I don't know what you'd be doing. Is Wep muted or is he not
Discord
there?
is a web.
Yeah, Wep hasn't rolled when I told him to. Seg, you roll on behalf of the pirates everywhere.
His Discord is malfunctioning, but he can hear you.
I had to
Who?
leave and come back in earlier. I was having the
Or
same
what?
issue.
What's he rolling?
Who, Seg or I'm confused on who's rolling what now? I'm lost. If it's Seg or Web, either of them, history. One of them, history.
Ah.
At advantage. Seg, you look at your pirate buddy. Your pirate buddy looks at you dumbfounded. What was that, pirate buddy? And then Seg would tell you, in wild space, if it ain't meant to be, it's destined to be. You remember hearing that. Some reason amongst the pirates. And you never understood what wild space was, but now you're realizing that the pirates you knew, they do. Otherwise, Gaston, do you open that lock?
Yeah, I opened the lock. Because my insight of 19 beats his performance of 10.
Oh
got
yeah,
it.
no, I was hamming this up pretty good.
Yeah.
You didn't even need to roll.
You see that the airlock opens. You feel this kind of crude air enter your lungs. It's not like a surprise. It's more like a could have gone without this. It's like drinking a Fireball or a cinnamon drink of some sort that kind of like closes up the throat, prevents you from taking in too much too soon, but it lets you breathe still. And you see the rest of them just out here, racing it.
You could get cosmic powers out here. It's dangerous.
I had a cosmic revelation.
You
Yeah,
hear
you
cosmic
took that
revelation. You see a glowing squirrel, and then you see off in the distance species in the air like birds existed in which none existed prior to you guys' arrival.
Could I please get my token on the outside?
Oh, one second.
Yeah, Gaston's basically just walking on the side of the fucking
Spaceship. Oh, what have you?
spaceship.
Mm-hmm. So you guys are all out here. No one's in the ship. The ship begins to dry. No, I'm just kidding. What do you guys do?
I was actually thinking of heading back in anyway.
I'm enjoying life, floating in space.
So what are all these things?
Oh,
What I
things?
miss?
Oh, I was testing the effects of this environment on different objects, and it mutates everything. But if you embrace it, it gives you power. Look at my slight glowiness. Infinite
Neat.
cosmic power.
At some point, you're gonna be in space, man. You better get it over with.
Yeah, does this sound at all familiar from what Gaston has read from his father's adventures?
Endless opportunity lingering at the fingertips of wonderment. 100%.
I'd like to surrender to the cosmos.
Give me a D100 at advantage. You need a 5 or lower.
I'd like to start absorbing some of this energy around me that's sounding like some limit breaking potential.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I'm gonna meditate with my buddy and do the same thing.
Okay, well, Wep is at advantage. Seg, you can do yours. D100 at advantage also. Well, ask Wep what he's doing first, because you have no fucking clue what he's doing. Wep knows what he's doing.
I don't have to ask Web anything. We share
I guess,
a
yeah,
mind.
Walkie-talkie.
Yeah. Never mind. Forgot. Web does all your thinking. Go ahead and
Oh
roll
yeah,
also.
He does
absolutely.
the smart thinking. He's book smart. I'm street smart.
Exactly.
Go ahead and give me a nature check, Gaston. D100 seg, advantage in the nature check, Gaston.
19.
Very good.
His like secret backstory. People kept saying bird brain, and then he became valedictorian.
I have a plus one to
evolution.
my intelligence.
Gaston, with your 19, do you understand that this entire open area is like the best way to put it is one big non-existual wormhole. The battlefields is the place where everything could connect if someone wants to find it, and with it can go anywhere else they wanted to, just because they did. And that's what happened. That's what's happening, and that's where you are. It explains all the hiccups and all the errors and all the things that came to be. The problem is the reason why this exists, from your understanding, based off everything you've witnessed, is because the Force stopped loot from continuing their track. For now that loot's in a stasis, so is the creation of life, which is wild space now. Wild space wants past life, creating new things. Now it is tangent, things come to it. And very much so what Webb stated. But yes, that is what you pick up in the immediate vicinity. You know that anything that doesn't originate here will either cease to exist or exist in another method altogether. For no originating thing that exists elsewhere could exist here.
Oh, so we're like in Shio's domain.
So,
potential.
what you're saying is, if Gaston were to actually attempt to take some of this energy, he would either get one hell of a power up or just die because he doesn't belong? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, it's more like, the wild space will find a place for you. You either exist not, or you exist in another way. So, to go further out and make it very clear, the only reason you guys all are out here without transforming until Iz did, because he turned into something else, is because you guys are not the first version of yourselves, which has been made very clear.
There's another me.
Yes.
But this is the first Iz Squirrel to ever be in wild space, which is why he went under such effects. Put it that way.
How's there another me?
Which is why you should hunt down all the other yous so you get all the power.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Which, history check across the team, Gaston included,
pretty
even
sure
though he wasn't witness, he wasn't there for the story, but I'll give him the role too.
I'm almost 100% sure that Gaston's pretty much almost done that. There's just one remaining.
Almost, perhaps, almost. Those of you who rolled over a 15 with this unique experience and understanding, you may come to realize why there was only one Tempos left.
So you cut out for me for a second. What was that last thing you said?
This could help explain why there is only one Tempos left.
Oh.
If you guys remember his history.
Hey, Shio?
Yeah?
You said you had that gate spell, right?
Yeah, it's a 9th level. Why, do you need it used or something?
I have an idea,
Okay.
and I want to be a guinea pig for this.
Okay. feel like Iz would
We're,
approve.
we're currently in wild space.
Yeah.
What were to happen if you cast Gate in an attempt to summon all of me?
There would be a lot of yous floating in space, all confused and pissed off. I say we do it.
So you essentially want me to connect. Okay, so if what I think you're getting at is you want me to cast Gate on you and all of your other selves.
All of my other selves, which are currently in existence. Yes.
And like essentially fuse you together into one?
Pretty much.
Or you just want them here?
No, I want you to fuse me together into one entity.
Alright. I might need your help with this, Iz, to help me with the ritual.
Okay.
But probably should say no, but I'm really curious to find out what happens.
I love how he's embracing us.
This way I don't have to track that version of me who fucked off down and kill him.
Because he'll be here and you can kill him.
Because he'll be me, and I won't have to merge with him by beating the shit out of him and then merging with him.
I love this plan. Let's do this.
Alright, I'll use my Opus Mancer. It's my school specialization.
Okay. I'm not against it. I have an answer to this. I did not expect it to be Gaston guinea pigging, but I am okay with it. I love it. I'm more curious than anything.
I have a very valid reason.
That's totally fine. I'm just gonna put it out there. We all said that everybody comes to the light in this campaign. And you have offered yourself to the light. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna go grab myself another beer because I'm gonna have to wet my whistle for this one. Guys, get ready for a lot to go down. Someone pull out a notebook. We're about to see a lot of things flare out. I love that you guys are all outside of your ship, just in wild space, just floating out there.
The only one that's not
in space.
No, Gaston's not floating. He is using his monk ability to pace back and forward.
You guys are still
on the side of the ship.
Yeah,
Probably go in the ship. We need to draw the runes.
But
I don't
the
know.
magic
We'll
here
see.
can
Give me a
empower us,
second.
Gio.
You guys decide any layouts, things that you think you need. You could do it out there in wild space. You could do it inside the vessel. You decide. That does matter on how things will play out. I'll be right back.
It needs
I
to
don't
be
really
out
want-
here.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. We can do this out here then.
What we can do is make some terrain, like a floating flat plane, and do it there.
Yeah, if you cast like Wall of Force.
In the meantime,
Sure.
why don't Wet and I go in, get a tree made, and get our additional crewmates and that metal we're going to make our armaments out of?
Oh,
Oh, before you do that, I have this clipboard, Seg. I think you should read it.
Okay. And I assume Seg reads the same stuff that he read earlier when he reads it.
I mean, that's what I'm assuming too.
Oh, right. He left to get a beer. I'm so out of it. Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna
Thanks, Mom.
throw you a walnut. There you go.
Look, it's his brain.
My brain
That
is at
wouldn't fit
least
in my skull.
1.5
That
times
thing's
that
huge.
size.
I meant Seg's brain.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that would fit. It doesn't
So
actually use the one that's there.
the only ones that won't be absorbed into you, according just to the gate spell, are the ones under the protection of gods, like direct protection. It
I can help
says
with that.
deities and other planar rulers can prevent portals created by the spell from opening in their presence or anywhere in their domain. I guess if it's just the ones that are trapped or inside of a domain.
We're not in their domain, so wouldn't they just be pulled through?
If the other U's in their domain and they protect him, then no.
The portal won't open on their end. It'll still open on our end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the guy. I'm pretty sure he's either in a very weird parallel that is close to ours but slightly off, or he's in the domain of Atmos, and that Atmos is dormant. Basically, the end of time.
Yeah, I think we got
Yeah.
this. So, can anyone make terrain?
Does Mighty Fortress work without land?
I don't know.
Good question.
I can
Also, once
probably
we're done,
make water.
once we're done with the ritual, we need to get like far away from here. This is going to attract a lot of attention.
Oh, yeah.
No, never. Get out of here. Attract attention? Are you kidding? There's people already on their way. Space hamsters, space rights. Now, come on. Like,
To be
you
fair,
gotta-
everything that just left this area is probably destroying whatever's coming to investigate.
How much land do you
mean-
need?
Space is supposed to be big. There's no way everyone knows we're here yet.
you're doing a great job on accelerating the process. If there wasn't a UAV, you're making one. The
mean,
hamsters go by. Hey, these guys are passing out wishes. They're the messiahs, you know.
Oh, that's accurate. I mean, I don't see the problem.
Speaking of which, real quick, when I was younger, I think it's a Mormon book, but it's like a book with like a blue feather on it, and it's about a messiah. Anyone ever read it before?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
Mormon?
Ugh, I'll find the name. I have 2 copies of it. It's a really
Hey,
tiny book,
I actually think I might have.
but it's basically about a guy who's in a field like in Michigan or something weird, like a basic state, and with massive field. And he has a biplane out there, and he's just hanging with the plane. A guy walks up and is like, "What are you doing out here?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just out here to make miracles happen." And everyone that comes up to him goes, "I wish I could walk." He goes, "You can walk." They walk. This one dude's basically a non-believer. It's supposed to be literally it's like a religious, like they pass around like a religious book in the real world to try to convert you. But I like the story as it is because they refer to him as a messiah, and the individual is in such disbelief that he's just watching him, and basically it's a great book, and that's a very fun
What's it
thing in
called?
which I put in the flavor. I don't know the name of it. It was just funny because I own the book in 2 copies, and I have it here in the house
How do
somewhere.
you
I'll
own
find
it
it
and
and
not
send
know
you this
it's
copy.
called?
I can never ever remember the name of this book, dude. It eludes me. No matter how many times, every time I want to talk about it, I cannot
Well,
tell you
later,
the name
get
of it.
back to me on that.
Yeah, it's like a 100-page book, maybe if that, and it's such a good story. It's just a quick, fun read. But I'll find it for you guys. It's like feather, some feather. I don't know. It's a feather on the cover, but yeah. So I'll get back to you guys on that. But here we are. So you guys doing this inside or outside? Matters.
Outside.
We're doing this outside
Yeah.
All
outside.
right.
because I don't think this
Outside.
will work.
In
I
the
don't think this will
meantime-
work if we're inside.
Fair. I'm
Well-
not going to tell you it would or wouldn't, but I will say fair.
But in the meantime, Wet and I are going to be killing a tree and getting the metal and the thralls on board.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
How much dirt do you need? Because we're gonna have plenty of dirt.
I think Is just made a ice platform. Is that what you're going for, Is?
Yep.
Okay. So I think we're
Okay.
good on dirt.
Even
So you
better.
got the platform.
casting
Beautiful.
this over.
Real quick, Shio, pop with me into a private just so I can give you some decent, since you're the one that's going to be having to do the majority of the casting. I want to give you some understanding.
Sounds good.
So who hasn't embraced the wild space?
I have. It just didn't do anything for me.
I'm not supposed to bring up 14 stuff, but this is reminding me of a very specific area in 14. Oh, hey, I wished hard enough and gathered enough energy And I've created a whole new planet with life on it.
Yes, yes.
That's literally the plot line to, I believe the Gathering Beast Society quests.
Damn, yo. I went out for beer earlier. I came back and a fucking raccoon almost mauled me.
Really?
It was like chilling in my dumpster. I like heard a noise and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" So I like got closer and it's like his little head popped out and he got like all pissed and I was like, "Oh god."
Most of the ones I run
Yeah,
into are
yeah,
reasonably
I mean,
chill.
My fucking raccoon.
I don't live in an area where raccoons actually habitat, so
Oh, yeah?
no,
They're
we get
around.
we get bobcats and bears over here.
That's wild.
Oh, they're
but-
usually in the same territory as this guys. That's weird.
Yeah, we get bobcats, bears, and then every few years we'll get a mountain lion or two.
Yeah, mountain lions avoid people.
Like 3 years ago, there was a mountain lion in our barn with its
Oh, yeah?
two kittens.
No coyotes.
Yeah, they'll be.
We do occasionally get coyotes, but as of late, we've been getting more wolves than coyotes.
Oh, that's crazy. Like,
Yeah, wolves are starting to make a
wolves or
comeback.
like feral dogs.
I'm sorry, did you just call wolves feral dogs?
No, I said, are you getting wolves or like feral dogs?
Actual wolves.
That's wild.
Well, I live in a very rural area. Like,
Sounds like Narnia.
it's only like a 30-minute drive to Lake Tahoe.
Battle.
If you know where that's at.
I think that's like California-ish area.
I
right?
do.
It's on the border between California and Nevada.
Yep. I've flown over Lake, yeah, quite a few times.
Yeah, like, I just have to drive up the mountain and I'm there. Or rather, someone has to drive me up the mountain because I can't drive due to various things that have happened throughout my life.
I only have 2 beers left. I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
So, anyone excited for the new Dragon D&D rulebook that's coming out? I
No.
believe, like, in 2 months.
I don't
No.
really keep up on it. What's up with that one?
There's going to be I believe it's an anthology collection of different one-shot adventures based around dragons.
Ah, okay.
And one of the the limited edition local game store cover is going to feature art from a Magic the Gathering artist who usually does really crazy art for Secret Lair.
I'll totally fucking.
Oh, gotcha.
Fucking spin kick a dragon.
Spin kick.
Spin kick guy.
The name of the book is going to be Dragon's Delves.
Let's take a look. Be cool if I got to play as the dragon.
You are.
Well,
you
no,
already?
because I am, but I don't really have all the abilities of like traditional dragon in this one. But imagine being like a black
you
dragon
do.
fighting adventurers where you can really pull shenanery.
Fucking like roar and have a clutchling of fucking
Oh.
dragon. Come.
Nah, I mean, just imagine like they have to stop and sleep, and you don't, so you just keep them awake for days, poisoning their food. So when they eat, they're poisoned. Just fucking with them.
How's that dragon like?
Black dragons are dicks. If you've never fought a smart black dragon, they will make your life miserable.
Poison your food when you're sleeping, and you're
Mhm.
not gonna be sleeping.
Yeah, they will fuck you up. And then like the other ones are just as crazy if they're played right. A lot of DMs just throw them in there, kind of as a
That's crazy.
Rah,
It's
rah
like
monster.
psychological damage dragon.
yeah. Your mother never loved you.
Stay awake forever. Think about it.
Emotional damage.
It's forever.
Hello, hello, hello. Somewhere in the ominous field of energy levels, we recruited 37 Gastons. So, while you guys are preparing for this amazing ritual event, what is beyond using Shape of Water to create a platform base, and what is SAG and WEP doing during this epitome moment?
Oh, what else should we do? I can do things.
Well, Wet and I are getting the thralls on board and getting them to load as much adamantite as they have collected in that adamantite cave we found.
Okay. But just to be clear, you guys are just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna willy-nilly fuck around and bring our buddies on board while Shio's gonna be outside doing what's probably on the level of nuclear warfare 2 feet outside. So, in case something goes wrong, are you preparing for anything? That is the last time I'm going to give you guys a chance to understand how serious this is going to be going.
Magic permitting, I'd like to have the energy shields on at the very least. If not, move away from Shio
Really
and
fair
his
enough.
platform a little bit.
If you choose to move away, you could do so. Does the rest of the team agree to Seg moving the entire ship X amount of distance away?
I
Or
saw
if
the
I said
fans
yourself.
on board.
But the ship has thrusters, and I'm at the helm already, so I'll just move the ship away, like 500 feet?
I'll go further than that.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's do a mile.
Gaston, go ahead. Jeez.
AZEREP, I did give Sig the clipboard.
Got it. Okay, so you handed off some tactical details for sure. Okay, you got it.
As Shields gets
Shio,
ready, I'm gonna try to pull
you can have a sidebar here with Gaston beforehand, pre-defining what you feel may occur, and then during such deeper clarify as you come into contact with such further understanding, if you wish, to make it more flowy for you. You guys can ignore that. I'm sure she heard me. But yeah, so Seg's at the helm, mile away. That means Wep's a mile away. Were you hanging out with Shio, or were you on the ship?
I think I'll need Iz over here to make sure that if
That I asked is
Oh, you're
Shio.
right, you're
You
right.
don't get to decide if Iz stays with you. Okay, do
You're right,
you
Iz
stay
can
with
flee.
Shio?
Urge, shut the fuck up.
Oh
right?
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try bringing realities closer together to ease the spell.
Ooh, and you go to do this how?
The same way I do everything with the crazy ass magic.
Okay.
So I guess
what are your top spell slots available right now?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
How many? How many of your top 5?
Oh, top 5? I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I just said. Yep, 9.
We
Got 1 there. 8, 7, 2,
this is a reminder.
4.
Last session we did get a long rest.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
should be next. Yeah. So you have
you
1
should
9.
you should have
Go ahead.
all
Two
your
nines.
spell slots.
2 9s, 1 8, 2 7th. That'll be 5.
2 7s. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. All right. Oh, I gotta pop these into my calculative engine. Okay. And you're
Yeah,
trying
remember-
to bring the realities together. Okay. All
Yeah.
37 of them, or just as you ping them.
Oh, however Shio tells me to do it, I'll do it.
Okay. So Shio, I will allow you to have a sidebar with Iz and Gaston since pirate team went a mile away. The sub-Millennium non-Falcon is a mile away in the distance as the Aircocra is at the helm. The rest of you, 3 of you, Gaston as the focus of what they would call a pincushion in the science world, is the Oracle witnessing the potential loss of a student and his only non-hominage from this existence of parallel university accepted student, and Shio, the pitiable moment of whether or not he could be truly a god. All stand together, floating in free space, waiting for the next thing. Shio, I assume, would be the first to speak.
Gaston, I'll give you this one warning. This is shaping into a battle of wills. Be advised, if alignment isn't reached and your progress remains stalled, those unable to adapt or collaborate may be replaced. That is the best warning I can give you.
Understood.
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh,
Are
I'm
you
going to
ready?
summon the dragon to keep an eye out.
I think I need this.
All right, then.
There's this thing that I can't shake about how I feel incomplete. And I don't know why.
I understand that feeling well. Alright, is bring the dimensions closer when I cast the gate. That'll help me out.
Shall we do all of them at once?
Yep.
Alright. I'm going to spin the top 5 spell slots, 2 9s, 1 8, and 2 7th, to begin bending reality and tearing whatever I gotta do.
All right. And off in the distance, pirate buddies, do you guys like mind your own and just go, well, they'll take care of it, or is it like you guys are like have your faces pushed against the mirror while also still shoving popcorn into your mouth as you're watching this all happen?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah, I'll create popcorn
mean-
if I have to.
Oh yeah.
Okay. As you guys are witnessing what could be best described as the opportunity of, well, the unbelievable web. We're going to discuss something open meta real quick to clarify how serious of a scenario this is. When you kind of said you want to embrace the scenario, Ed and you and Seg both rolled, you didn't meet the mark, but didn't mean you didn't understand it in your own special ways, your own boons and powers let you understand that you're witnessing a moment where, for the very first time ever, every single parallel is going to be flattened in a Photoshop document. It's going to go from 1.2 gigs of 97 files, 37 lifelines, and too many decisions with color filters, flattening into a single being of the ultimate one. Every filler filer existent. When you wore that blindfold, you saw Iz split across multitudes to this point, probably 1,400 different parallels. If in that one room where you saw all of them surround you. And this is the only other time you are witnessing all of those threads converge into a single twine. This is going to change everything, is all that comes to your mind as you stand next to your pirate buddy. You realize this is why you're pirates. Because if you were that close to what's about to happen, you'd be able to tell the whole story. And that's not the pirate way. Meanwhile, the other three find themselves looking at each other, taking one last breath. There is no countdown. There is no, I'd say, monologue of, I really enjoyed my time together, guys. Or if any of us go down, good luck. No, instead, he goes silent. Everything but the amazing theme supportive background of each individual's consciousness of life, the thoughts running through their minds, the considerations of what could and couldn't be. Then the void of wild space begins to tremble, shimmering into anticipation as Shio, the radiant godling, floats in a step-like manner forward, his cosmic aura blazing like newborn stars for the first time ever peeking their eyes. Around him, astral energy bends, shattering the boundaries between realms, with eyes glowing brighter than a sunburst. Yeah.
The threads around Shio, like all of the infinite potential, coalesces into like guiding that single strand of reality that that Webb saw, like kind of flowing around it like water as it guides it straight into Gaston.
As you begin to funnel it, guiding it in the sense of purpose, giving it a fast track, pass go, collect them all, bring them home, stands steadfast beside you, channeling the immense weave of his own magic aura, raw energy spilling from his fingertips as he messes all of his potent spells, sealing fractures between realities, stabilizing the turbulent cosmic currents, arcane threads intertwine, reinforcing the astral fabric around the gates in which you are holding open, Shio, for a stampede of Gastons, enabling the fusion of realities into one unified fleet. At the epicenter, Gaston. You brace yourself. The first wave crashes upon you. Gaston, you find yourself almost in a sense of free-floating astral space, as if you were sucked into a flume, and a soft hum was calling to you in a way as if you had just finished the movie Caroline, and they said, "Thank you, miss, but there are more." You're confronted with an influx so overwhelming. Each claims authenticity. I need you, sir, to challenge your true identity of the Gaston and Gaston's father. I need you to roll me an insight, a charisma, and a history saving throw.
Fuck, I was hoping it was going to be wisdom.
There's still time for that. Chip, as Gaston is rolling these, you feel the first wave of stampede coming through. It's not all of them. Why weren't they synced? You and Iz forced them to come together. And yet, they're staggered like waves in a competition at a track meet, seated.
I would like
The
to
best in
re-roll
the
that
front.
4.
Go ahead. And the worst at the front. And yet you can't control the filtering. Can you give me an Arcana at advantage?
So I got a 31 on my insight, a 22 on my history, and a 15 on my charisma saving throw.
You got it.
Nat 20.
As I burn a focus.
You got it. Yo, real quick secret. I'm gonna blast something on you, and let's see if you can pull it.
So weird, dude. A +7 saving throw on intelligence. But I have a 0 modifier.
Hold on. I need to check something.
I only have a 10 of intelligence. I'm like Down syndrome.
That's why we're best friends, bro.
But I have a +7 on saving
Like
throw
us.
somehow.
You really do just break all the rules for like it's your job.
Meanwhile, I have proficiency in all of my saving throws and can re-roll them if I once if I fail.
I can't do any of that. Good
If I spend a focus.
Fucking insane, man.
We're just saving the planets, you know. We're saving the
Oh,
at a time.
you all witness. Well, everyone in a sense feels the density changing. Seg from the helm, even though you are blind to that of the surface of everything but around the ship up to 3 miles, you witness it all, even in full clarity. Webb shoves his face against the mirror with a little bit of extra popcorn, and then there's a s'more. Who has the fire? We look around, questionably. Shio and Iz are holding and putting all of their texts into one possible domain. The very first time this much energy has ever been pinpointed in existence. Shio, you feel the energy wrap around you as Iz brings the reality closer. The reason why they're not all colliding together in the same moment is because they did not bridge. There wasn't enough time for Iz to get them together, but he is still funneling. You have to hold the gate long enough. In doing so, you feel an echoing come over you.
I have opened the gate of Gaston. So tell me, who are you, Gaston?
How do you respond, Gaston?
One moment. I have chocolate in my mouth.
There's like this
Sorry.
like great slob of question.
That actually kind of works like
this
a soft music
is the
together.
chocolate Gaston coming in from Chocolate Land, the Candyland board game.
Okay. By Milton Bradley, a Hasbro company.
M&B first though. Mine has an M&B print. I'm just saying, Martin and Brothers, I think it is. But anyways,
No, it's Milton Bradley.
You're right, Milton Bradley. Yeah, M&B. I was still right about the initials. I don't know. You got me. M&B. I didn't mean to hear you say Milton Bradley. I heard Hasbro first.
I'm gonna say
No,
Hasbro.
I said Milton Bradley, a Hasbro company.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Milton Bradley. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The mine's that old, like
Hasbro?
Yeah. Go on. You get called Gaston upon Chio at the gate.
I am Gaston Grimspike, the last of. Right, I need to fucking find this word. Where is it? I had notes. Where the fuck is the Discord channel? One moment. I was prepared and then I've lost it.
Take a minute.
I think I found it. There it is. I am Gaston Grimspike, the last survivor of Nocturne Vale.
Give me a D100.
I will use my resourceful to give myself a... Wait, actually, can I do that? Hold on, one moment.
Can I give him a mythic inspiration? Gives him advantage.
I was about to use a inspiration.
Your full focus is on the gate, Shio.
That's right. That's fair. I'm not just watching. I am
Yes,
concentrating.
I can do this. I would like to give myself advantage by using your resourceful point.
Okay.
I'll give
You
them a
voluntarily give yourself, like, leave yourself open in this resourcefulness in the middle of the battlefields, and then Iz throws you a D4 for a total of 4 max added to whatever it is you end up resulting in.
Nice. I'm on fire. Don't waste it.
Whichever is better, the 20 or the a 24 or an 84.
Interesting. Gaston, you immediately feel as if there is a turbulent event. Multitudes approach you, about 9 different personas. 2 linger, latching onto you. They do not hold you, they do not become you, but they are not gone. You are not finished with them. As the gate reveals more approaching, the next wave comes. You are bringing the tunnels together as if you were watching Biker Boys and the dad wanted to quit at the end. How would you control the gate? Let's say you, at the end of the day, realize that if you lean your foot forward, it brings them closer, speeds it up, but at the same time hastens the amount of pressure and difficulty Gaston faces, but then slowing them down also makes them more lash outing if he fails, or poised, or burdening. How would you control that tunnel?
I believe in Gaston's abilities. Let's make it so it sucks if he fails.
So you give him more time.
Yes, I think that's the one where, yeah.
You give him an opportunity to embrace, but if he fails, then it weighs heavier. It's a bigger burden. With it, you give him more space. You kind of hold the tunnel and you expand it a little more. Gaston, when you saw that horde coming, it seems to lessen. As odd as it is, it doesn't make sense in the times before you, even though you're blurry. It's like you're going between the protagonist of Fight Club and then being told that you're actually just the guy on the couch watching Fight Club. But yet, it's still Fight Club. But we don't talk about Fight Club. With that, you, sir, are experiencing all these things. I need you to roll me the next series of dice. It is going to be a wisdom, constitution, and survival saving.
I will re-roll that wisdom. And then you said survival?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I was looking at the 3D dice. That was almost a 1.
Okay. I know. Those 3D dice, man, they leave you hoping for unfortunate non-outcome. But hey, here we are. Sorry. Nice. Too shabby. Wisdom. It's very important I get the exact number and stuff for this. Meanwhile, Wep, Seg, what are you guys doing as, let's say this is taking an entirety of, at the end of this, when this is over, you guys are taking an entirety of about 30 to 45 minutes. Seg and Wep, because you guys are a mile away, you see that like a light show happening, where a massive gate opens. It doesn't look like an actual door and gate, whatever Shio wishes to describe it as. It could look like whatever Shio would have shaped it. In doing so, you don't even see Iz. Iz is so fucking small from a mile away that dude doesn't even exist. But yeah, what are the two of you guys doing on the ship side? You probably got about half your crew acquired.
Well, since this is taking a little longer than anticipated, I guess, do you want to try to help me design our first weapon? I've got a bit of experience making and designing guns. Maybe we can find something to throw heavy shit at other ships that come at us.
I like that idea. Let's definitely start arming ourselves.
Absolutely. Human test, or us testing immediately. First step.
Both of you guys give me intelligence checks to see if you guys are even getting on the right track. For all I know, you guys are doing yippity doo
Could I have advantage because of my experience?
I'll give you advantage because you saw the blueprints Shield carries.
Can I use a saving throw instead
What?
of a check?
I don't think Wep has ever seen the blueprints. Shio, correct
Well,
me
but
if
I
I'm
also
wrong.
built a couple of those guns those couple times, and I am
On
constantly
a
repairing.
ship level degree.
It's the same concept.
I think Seg saw the designs of the battleship before I put them
The
away.
materials. Yeah, okay. I'll give one of you guys advantage. You decide.
Hip. You have a +1, bro. If it was saving throws, we just talked about this. I would take it.
So I guess 8.
Okay. Well, yeah. Meanwhile, you guys talk about making weapons and then stare at a blank piece of paper for a cool bit. Gaston.
We're just drawing pictures. Stick figures.
They're like doing circles. This is a triangle.
This is a cannon.
This is
Meanwhile,
this is a weapon that gives people whiplash
Let's attach a ram
on
to the
tone.
ship.
right. So, while that's happening, there is a handful of scenarios you face, Gaston, all in your mental fortitude of sense. With it, as you face each one, it almost feels as if it passes you in a calm demeanor. None of it is wiping you off the board. It's like you're playing a strategic game of Risk inside your own mental. And as you're going pace by pace, you're realizing that there's bridges and gaps and connections that always existed, but you never traversed. And as you do, you're facing these different versions of yourself that are there to challenge you. And so far, I'll say for sure 2 of them out of the 6 are victories, guaranteed. Not saying you didn't pass the others, but guaranteed on a total absolute ass kicking, you have wiped 2 of your 6 other versions. With that, you find yourself walking down into a new scene as you're stepping. A ripple breaks upon your footsteps, almost creating the ground, the asphalt, or the dirt, or the rocks in which your mind is capturing. You are looking through the view of every other individual before you. The magic, the faith, and the knowledge of all the Gastons flood through your mind, each variant bringing you secrets or talents in which they felt. You try to challenge the mastery of every single one of yourselves present before you. I need an arcana, a nature, a religion check, and then a spell casting attack check.
Okay, so Arcana.
Nature, then religion. Checks.
Check.
The ones I suck at because they're intelligence, and they're the ones that I don't have proficiency in. Motherfucker!
They give you a plus 4.
And then a spell attack.
Here's a plus 3.
With a +3 to your spell attack. You can choose either sorry, 1 second. You can choose either wisdom or intelligence as your spell attack modifier.
Okay. So that's
Well, what are you choosing? That matters.
I'm choosing wisdom.
So I think so 13.
It would be plus 13.
Yeah. So
Plus proficiency, I believe.
isn't 13 with proficiency? Excuse me.
Oh, yes, it would be. So if it's plus 13,
so D20
then
plus 13. Yeah. So D20 plus 13.
So I'll just roll I'll just roll the wisdom just to make it easier. Wisdom save, just make it easier and not re-roll.
Yep.
There we go.
All right.
27 on that.
You got it. Shio continues to hold the gate open. As it does, you see these massive, very hulky versions of Gaston walking through. You definitely see one being a fighter, full shielded, massive greatsword in a single hand bared above them like Conan. The challenge of dominance arise before you. I need an athletics, intimidation, persuasion, and then an initiative check. Initiative roll, but athletics, intimidation, persuasion check.
You said athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Say
Athletics, intimidation, and persuasion, and then an initiative. 1 second, let me go ahead.
I hate that I have to do an athletics check because that's a -1. Oh, not bad. Athletics, intimidation, and then persuasion. You said?
Yep. Persuasion, and then an initiative.
There is no combat encounter you are currently viewed and seen.
Yeah, sorry. Let me just throw you in one. I guess I didn't know that was a thing. Boom. Now you're in one. Initiative of 1.
I hate how low I'm rolling for some of these.
Best of luck.
Those the breaks.
Alright. Shio is. You guys have a telepathic moment where the magic you're creating leads together since he's controlling your gate. You guys have a mental bond. What do you guys discuss as you feel your own judgment through this occurrence?
He's honestly survived a lot longer than I thought. with the amount of danger he's in. I think he might be muted. Is
I'm sorry. What I miss? I just got up to get a beer, and then he called.
oh, we're discussing Gaston through a
I'm saying
telepathic.
that, yeah, you and Shio, because your magic spells have connected, you guys have merged a telepathic bond. As you guys cannot necessarily discuss openly aloud your opinion, your feels or your expressions. You guys are telepathically able to communicate because your magic has fused on how the situation is going.
Gio, I'm setting him up for great success or a very big kaboom.
Well, it'll only replace him, but then it will be a different Gaston, and we don't know that one.
Oh. Okay, I think we're fine.
Yeah, I just hope he wins.
If not, what do we do?
Recruit the new one?
Oh, so if he fails, is a new one. If he succeeds, is a new one. How will we know?
Well, if he succeeds, it'll still be the same personality. He's doing a domination of the will type situation.
Oh, so we could get a cool guy or a cool guy. Either way, this is easy.
Cool guy. I like that. A cool guy or a cool guy. I love that outlook. With that, as you guys discuss this, you then feel, Shio, that a unique proportion of power is approaching the gate. What? Arcana at advantage.
What?
Arcana at advantage.
Arcana and miscellaneous. Gotcha.
Arcana at
advantage.
God, you gotta send me some of that weed, or I'm gonna have to go just to get high and come home. Like, it'll last me a weekend.
You have no excuse.
Hey, but you make it seem like yours is so strong. 17.
I mean,
All right.
But also, quantity.
At 17, you wait, real quick. Someone speak.
Hello?
There we go. Oh, sorry. I was fixing a volume control. Thank you. Okay. At 17, you, sir, you bink, tink, boom. Your natural glitch nature, what, informs you that the challenge of destiny approaches. The best Gaston of performance, perception, insight, and the ultimate one who will never die walks through those gates. Again, performance, perception, insight, and undying. Which one of the four do you passively empower just because of thought?
Perception.
Okay. Gaston, I need a performance, insight, and a death saving throw. And then a perception at disadvantage. As further Gastons approach you. Hey, I mean, perception is actually the best the best disadvantage outcome. Ooh, that Christmas.
Unless you do that.
Wait, sorry. That was that was supposed to be at disadvantage.
Which one? The 10?
Well, you didn't do
No
it.
worries.
Yeah, the 10.
Yeah. Go ahead and just roll one more. Oh, actually, it doesn't even matter. I'll take the 2.
That was at advantage. Yeah, no.
Jesus. Oh my God. Yeah, now I'm seeing what you're talking about. Wow. Oof, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oof. Okay. All right. Okay. Keep going, my friend. Insight.
And then you said a death save?
And then a death save, please. If you have to, bring yourself to 0 to roll it if it doesn't let you. Or just a d20 flat, and if it's under 10, fail. A d20 is fine.
Am I currently incapacitated during this death saving throw?
Yep.
Cool.
This is the other you. Shio feels a
this is
magic
the-
carp flopping through the gate.
I don't know what y'all are doing, but we're not turning around.
This is the me that is currently coming through the gate. Okay.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. I mean, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. All right. Okay. Is there any? Okay. Way to wrap that up in a one. Beyond that, that's not you. It's another one that's still crazy.
Thank God.
It's still crazy. With this happening, Shio, is you guys understand that the last few Gastons coming through are absolutely just more Wobbuffets of existence, and Gaston's not even having to give those ones attention. The ones he challenged against are the focuses of his persistence, and with it, I want a I mean, imagine you guys. I mean, you guys really were the spectators, the announcers, the individuals that witnessed all these things go through. Here are the roles across the board. Okay, I'm gonna post them in a message in the chat. I'm gonna hold on, let me put a space between each so that we understand that like these roles. That's like a squad.
Do you need me to clear my death saves?
Yeah, you can clear that now, yes. Okay, so these are what he rolled. Shio and Iz from your own ultimate awesome powers. What are your two mental state opinions on where this could go? Mind you, you guys are level 20 plus in an epic proportion of range. I mean, a 15 is really bad. I'll be honest. Anything subpar 18 is really scary. But even a 22 could be questionable. At the end of the day, I want your two opinions as I finish my calculations.
22 ain't gonna be too bad. I mean, this is 5e.
I believe he's doing well. In fact, I believe he can do it and make it through to the end. That's my belief. He can do this.
I
We're
can
at the
pull
end
out
of
a
the
little bit
Mario
more
Party
power
game.
if need be.
We got two favorites coming out and announcing who they think is gonna pull it through.
I mean, it's gonna be Gaston or Gaston. I don't see the issue. I mean,
It's a game full of Gastons. Very fair. Very
He
fair.
might even potentially be the Gaston that ditched us.
The irony, right? Get back
Like-
over here.
Like, you think you can get away from us? You're the one who signed the contract, not us. The Dragon Guard doesn't let you go.
Okay.
you die, but I say you can die.
You leave when I say you leave.
Okay. Understood. Understood. So you guys both have like a green. If it was green and red.
Ah, yeah, green.
Oh yeah, definitely green.
Got it. Understood. The reviews are.
I mean, he hasn't started exploding yet, so we're good.
Or horribly mutating.
Or if he is, it's minor enough we can't tell.
Got it. Gaston, can you give me a final D100?
Would he even know if you did mutate? I mean,
That's the thing. That's the thing. Do they?
No, but the secretary would notice.
well, secretary
Fair
would. But
Shio, you said that you gave me a mythic inspiration.
No, Alex said I couldn't because I am focusing on the spell.
Okay.
If I could, I would.
94.
Ooh.
back in
Okay.
tech.
All right. Seg. Web. The show continues in an eruption of different flashes and booms of exhaustive natures, of oohs and ahs, and wows, as if you were watching Disney on Ice with none of the dancers, just the music and the bangs, bass. You get to the calm breaths of the relevance of the atmosphere when it comes to the Star Wars setting. And there's no flying in the air and shooting at each other. Instead, it's just that as it arrives toward you. You feel a legendary, breathtaking loadout arrive to you. Shh. The two of you guys hang out inside in your entire thrall crew. I believe I have down that you said the total amount of thralls that you had to bring over was around 20.
Yeah, it's something like that, I think.
2022, I felt like, numbers were tossed around. I'll verify. I know I have another page with the actual thrall number that I gave you. But you get your thralls here, and as they do, they're all pooled. The amount of energy that exists here is just yanked toward the direction in which Gaston was. Gaston, a monk of all unique ages that have passed through parallels and traveled through the times of speed that don't even meet that in which a monk might need, have achieved a legendary outcome with your rules. You broke the realities before you. And as we go through each challenge, do you want the breakdowns or do you just want the success or fail?
Oh, please, I would love the breakdowns.
In your first challenge, it was identity. You faced a slew of yourselves out of the 37 handpicked to approach you and who you were at a core. This is your class, not just the Gaston that's a monk, but the Gaston that arrived before us and the Gastons that existed around us. You know yourself with terrifying clarity. You succeeded with a 31 insight, 26 survival, and a 19 wisdom, and a 22 charisma.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is no matter what, the
You
Gaston
are
that
yourself.
had this idea is the one that's coming out of this. Awesome. All right.
Challenge 2 was your resolve. You rolled a 22 constitution, a 19 wisdom, and a 26 survival. The weight of 37 lives surged through your body like molten star stuff. I didn't have a good word. You never faltered. You somehow pulled through, and yet you still succeeded. Second challenge. The third was mastery over oneself. You rolled a 15 arcana, a 12 nature, a 10 religion, and a 27 spell attack. As the magic poured through you and the divine relations around you, primal forces and arcane formulas absolutely connected to you like ions, positive and negative, stuck to you like glue, whether they're getting rid of you or keeping you here, you succeeded. On top of that, you gained a fusion feat called Polymind Focus. Once per day, you may substitute any intelligence-based check with a wisdom, and you cast one spell known by any alternate self using monk key on that. Or you can do it once a day. Either monk key or once a day. I'll give you the breakdown of all the details, but here's the general breakdown. So we'll go into all that. The fourth challenge was dominance. You rolled a 17 athletics, an 11 intimidation, a 19 initiative, and a 22 charisma. Your lowest rolls were not this set, but they were your second lowest rolls. A few Gastons rose to wrest control, a few angry warlords, but at the end of the day, as Iz and Shio did in favor of you, Iz slowed it down, giving you the easier fights at the end. So you succeeded again with dominance over yourself. You weren't just strong, you were clever, wild, and the one who endured. Then you had challenge 5, Destiny. Wasn't meant to be you or another. You had a performance of a 6, a perception of a 9, an insight of a 22, and a critical fail death save. Destiny itself watched you. You walked between 37 broken timelines, each echoing, all with a different ending. But you rolled a 94 to recover, allowing the cosmos to bend in your favor. They all see you. Your fate was never about choosing the right path. It was about forging into one and not worrying about being anything other but yourself. You succeeded in all 5 challenges. You have gained the boon, and you have also gained an ascension boon, an epic feat, Monarch of Self. Once per long rest, you can suppress any condition or mind-altering effect, reclaiming its clarity through pure force of soul. Additionally, you gain advantage on any saving throw against possession, domination, or fate-altering magic.
I already had that.
Well, it's now amplified. I'll make it better. Can't control it all, but that was the best I can come up with at the time.
No, sorry, I did not already have that. I had proficiency. I did not. Sorry.
I take it back. It's gone. No, I'm just kidding. You can still have it. So now you have advantage. Now it's even better. With that, in the vacuum of wild space, in front of Shio and Iz, the best in which spells and craftsmanship can offer, you have done it again, Iz. You have witnessed it again, Shio, leading you now beyond the Oracle himself, the only one yet to ascend. Another completed. But this time, beyond the Phyrexians. Congratulations, Gaston. You have absorbed any and all wounds in favor. I will give you a full detail of what it is it gains. You do get more HP, you do get a higher AC, you get more movement. There's a whole... you're basically not... I won't say you're a Day Lich, because a Day Lich is 2 superpowers, but you are a superpower. So you're the next superpower on the board. You're above Shio, you're above Iz, and now they are the next ones. Hopefully, if not the last.
I also still have my soul, so...
And you have a soul. Yeah, I mean, there's a win.
Except my soul's even more complete now.
There you go. With that, Shio and Iz, I need both of you guys to roll me. Or, well, I guess, what is it? Wisdom? What's Arcana? Intelligence? Intelligence saving throws. I apologize. God, every time is you get to choose what you roll. Whatever you want is, you roll it.
I feel judgment in that. I'll roll it.
No, I feel bad that every time I ask you for something, it's one of those.
Oh, I know. It's just one of those, like, you rolled a what? But you have a plus 22. Yeah, it's still only just a 1.
Yeah, usually it ends up as like a 13 because you rolled a 2.
Oh,
I know, that's right. It's like I always feel bad, even though it's a plus 11. Can I really be blamed? So, both of you guys, I'm gonna give you guys a subtext of what happens on the side, but outside of session. But beyond that, you guys, with Gaston left alone, appear on the ship. Just your guys' okay, I got you. I got it. I got you. Alright, so you guys are both back down there. Bam. Gaston, you are found floating alone in this bask of energy. There is no shiny gate. There is no Iz. There is no Shio. You don't feel the worry like, oh no, they're dying, or oh no, they're gone, or you know everything is right. Everything is proper. Everything is mounted as it should. The question is, what is the final collective thought Gaston would have before returning to now the only party he has?
I guess a realization that if he were to, a realization that there's no possibility of going back to where his father was from.
Oh yeah,
No,
you
truly.
absolutely fucking nuked him. Yeah, no, you took it all. You are the only time.
He could pull a chunk of like land through from the snarls, but he is the only living being left from his multiverse.
And with it, you find yourself fluttering back to the vessel.
And the thought after that is that he wants to, after all is said and done, after we are done with the Phyrexians, he wants to do what his father did after his father killed the End Singer, which is just wander the multiverse.
You arrive with these thoughts in mind. In doing so, the rest of you all do what?
We
I'm
should
gonna
get out
look
of
at
here.
him. So, who are you?
Me.
Yeah.
It's just Gaston. He's the only Gaston.
Yeah, I feel like we should go poke him with a stick. Give me the stick.
Didn't we just learn that that was like an interdimensional flattened universe?
Oh, it's all sorts of things, but it tells me things.
Is it the one that told you to fracture the multiverse?
No, I came up with that one on my own.
It's after this is over, you and I are going to have a conversation about property.
I don't understand the concept.
No, I mean I'm taking something back that's mine.
If you can find it. What are you trying to find?
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Find it.
I'm pretty sure I know where it is.
I mean, you could have it, I guess. I don't even know what you're looking for.
Cool. When we get back, one of the snarls is probably going to get destroyed.
Snarls.
I think
Is
it's
it
like
gonna
one of
think
those
like-
ley lines. Is
What?
that-
You're gonna destroy one of my campuses?
I'm going to be pulling what is left of my kingdom through.
What?
And I'm going to put it off the coast of Strixhaven in the sea.
I don't remember ever putting a kingdom in my thing.
Why don't you just put it in my universes when I make them?
I mean, you can definitely put it in the sea, though. You can always use more neighbors.
An actual civilization nearby would be nice.
Yeah, it's weird that there's so many ancient ruins around Strixhaven. No idea
Well,
how that
it's
happens.
Gonna be
Is
another
it
ruin,
really?
practically. There's no one. There's no one there. I just want my castle.
I don't see a problem with that.
It will help you do it so it doesn't destroy the balance of the world.
Right.
I'll need to borrow loot to do this, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, so that'll have to be after we beat the floor.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying after the Phyrexians and everything is over. After the Phyrexians and the Four,
Fair
we're
enough, I love
going
my castle.
we're going to be unfortunately destroying one of the snarls so that I can pull through Nocturne Vale. Nocturne Vale.
Everyone will have a home. But you guys are all back inside the space vessel in the battlefield, and alert, alert, scouting ahead, scouting ahead.
We need
Please
to leave.
provide identification of motions and actions to take.
Hide from incoming craft.
Initiating invisibility shields.
And while we're at it, we're leaving.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We did just tear open reality in the most non-precise way possible.
Seg, you
Yeah,
know
no.
if you're not in the chair, it doesn't move. It could do everything but travel.
Well, I'm in my chair.
But do you listen to? I mean, at the end of the day, like you're the
Yeah.
one who physically decides. If like no one else can do that but you. All the other
Right.
stuff is automated, but you are the
Okay.
only physical being who can actually make this thing move.
Let's get those invisibility shields up, and I think we should retreat to a safe distance and maybe even try to capture this enemy ship, or at least observe a little bit, get some more information about our new environment.
Cute,
And then we'll
super cute.
yeah.
Wait, so don't worry about the size yet because that's not the problem.
Oh no, my creations are coming. Seg, just get us out of here.
Yeah, maybe we leave.
Yes, please.
actually.
Leave.
You guys see like a slew of a little combat patrol of Phyrexian vessels just. Now the invisibility is up, so they don't see you, but they are right next to you guys. If they were to accidentally run into you or what have you, as they.
I think we
Go
could
by.
take him. Maybe we should fly out there like ninjas and attack them.
No is relieving.
But I could do it with like glowy squirrel powers.
No, if
No
they find out
relieving.
we're here, they're sending all of themselves here.
I know, it'll be easier to
And-
hunt them down then.
We only have 2 shots at this, and we need to destroy only one of their things.
Mm.
No, we're going.
Sorry, my mind is a jumbled mess right now because I just sort of absorbed like 36 other personalities.
Oh, do you need some time to deal with it? I can send you to a time-altered dimension.
No, I'm fine. I just need to take a tiny bit of a rest while we go to where we need to go.
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, I gave
speaking
the
of that,
pirates an entire lifetime. But okay.
speaking of where we need to go, does this ship have an onboard navigation system, or does it expect us to do that manually?
Identify.
Captain Seg.
Species: Eric Cochran. Name: Sykes. Nature: abandoned. Location: known. Welcome, Seg. You have been identified. What would you like us to do?
Are there any known, scavenger ports in the area?
Scanning. Located cargo vessel.
Yeah, all right.
Inactive. Abandoned. Non-trajectory ahead. Within the bottle. Sorry. Within the battlefield. Vessel status. Derelict.
So, free resources, you say? Yeah, let's head to that.
Threat of unknown. Unknown. Can scan when in proximity. In trajectory route. Heading. You feel the ship. As the thrusters shift you guys in the general direction of this cargo vessel.
We'll head there, cut thrusters, and begin scans as soon as we're in scanning range.
Understood. Orders received. With that, what do you all do?
Oops.
Mm,
Conversational points, topics, rendered, considerations, thought of.
So do you have all the other used memories too? Do you have like 31 childhood memories?
Yes and no. Anything that's the same is overridden by the one true existence. Anything that's unique and different from you does stick.
Kinda on top of all of the echoes I absorbed previously that had different, like, anything unique that I didn't do, like, I had a stint on Ravnica with one of these.
So do you have
Really,
free will?
I had a relationship with him. Okay.
So do you have free will now that there's only one timeline for you? Or is everything predestined now?
Does
You're
it
not sure
matter?
what would come out of it, to be honest. You've seen a lot, but will any of them be what they are?
I mean, seriously, does it matter?
To some people. Does it matter to you?
What is free will but to live one's life to their fullest?
I couldn't agree more. I'm glad I helped you reach your potential, Gaston. I'm fulfilling my purpose as a god.
Oh no, Shio, you fail to understand. You created a monster.
Wouldn't be the first.
Oh,
I
believe
am
me, he
beyond.
understands plenty.
Do you know
I
how
am
little that narrows it down?
Beyond. I am beyond potential.
Then I succeeded in my job. Infinite potential. Last thing I did it to immediately turned against me, so I'm really glad that you didn't.
You don't have backup plans in case that happens?
Oh no, I did. I have 8th
Oh,
level
okay.
spells.
Oh no, I remember the one time that I killed you. That was not fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I'm
just
really-
steps on me.
I'm really hard to kill, and I'm really painful to kill. But it's possible.
Put him in a box.
I don't think I'd let myself get boxed. I think I'd rather explode.
Yeah, that's what the other does in a use said.
Remember that god poison you gave me at one point?
Oh yeah.
I put that in your drink.
Ooh.
Which means you're not
That's
a god.
how I
and
killed
we're all
you.
disappointed.
That was a sad me then.
Poison that can kill any gods doesn't do anything. Oh.
Yeah, no, it's immediately went ballistic after that.
Yeah. I would too. I'm glad I got poison immunity.
With that, you guys find yourselves in the battlefields, free-floating in the direction of what you believe to be the next mystery. If you zoom in and out on the map, the actual icon changes. ASCEII or what is it? What is it? ACO code? I don't know how to actually say it aloud. But anyways, that's what that is. As you guys head over toward it closer and wait to discover the dereliction which was claimed to be present before you nearby. We will pick up next session with that content and see where we reside. I'll get you your updated and booned character sheet, Justin. The rest of you guys, I will follow up with, and I will drop you guys another link to the content that we had before session, with a lot more going on, audio, sound effects, typing, sound effects, clubs, etc. And I do have actual typewriters. I'm just not sure if I'll do that, but we'll see. And
I'm sorry that I
appreciate you.
hijacked the section. I'm sorry I hijacked the session.
Hey, no
They
worries.
did that shit too. They became religious somehow. Trust me, that was a whole thing that I didn't plan for either. So we're all
It was like-
on the
Oh,
same
man.
boat.
An entire session of Shio saying, "Let's jump this guy. Why aren't we jumping this guy?" And then 3 people saying, "We sacrifice ourselves to you, this guy."
Yeah. It was
And then
very
his-
similar.
Creating a box that doesn't work rationally.
This is not my
So-
fault.
absolutely wonderful. You did grand, Gaston. Not a problem. You guys are in space. You guys got a spaceship. I will be fine tuning those rules. I didn't want to give them out and then have a lot of confusion and questions. I want them to be organic, very simple. Oh, I read this, makes sense. Me and the DM understand each other, that kind of thing. So working on those still. I'll drop you guys hopefully something this week to go over and then give me your feedback and we'll update them and change them because space combat will soon come. For Exians are hungry. You guys did a lot of crazy shit. You guys made space hamsters. You guys made space rides. You guys made starry form squirrel, and you made completed Gaston. So there was a lot of unexpected wild space action. So this is not necessarily like bing bing I'm here, but this is like hey, in the past 500 miles, this shit is hot. So there's happenings. Ren Fair incoming. Meanwhile, I hope you guys had a great one. And you guys were here for me throughout the week before session, and I'll see you guys next session. So until then,
That's it.
See you
Have a
next
great night.
session, guys.
and until then, laters.
Yeah, great session as always.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
job.
great
Great session.
Take it easy.
Great
Take it easy.
session.
Bye.